to draw the stud through, okay, you might need a big 1/2 inch. And just use your lug nut socket. You get your lug nut socket with. Just use this and then tighten it up, and that'll draw it right through the flange and hold it in place, like this one up here, right? So same thing. Oh, what I want to show you on this is, see how these studs, there's 5, some have 4, some have 6, just depends. So you'll have to maybe turn this, like he was saying, put it like you lifted up that one side, and turn it a little bit so you can align these, get them out the right way, or to get them back in too. So I'm gonna challenge you. If you want to take all 5 out, if you think you have time to take 5 out, the persons in your group, if there's 3 in your group, take 3 out. Each one of you take 1 out. And you'll have to beat them out. So I'll show you the tool here in a minute that we're going to do that with, the brass punch or drift, we call it sometimes, brass drift or punch. So here's a regular punch here, right? We don't want to use a steel one, because if you're hitting steel on steel, you're either going to break it or you're going to strip the end of the threads here when pounding these out. Especially, I just did a couple last period. So what happens is you'll ruin the threads there. So don't use that. We're going to use this guy. So I'll have 2 of these around when you need them. And same thing, what you're going to do is pound these out. This is the fun part. You get a real hammer, a steel hammer. You're going to put it on the end of there, on the end here, not in the other end. And you're going to pound this through the flange, right? So here is the flange right here. Here's your stud. You're going to have the lug nuts off, of course. And if you look, it's going to come right out here. Of course, you're going to have to find a place where these come out. So you don't want it here. You want to turn it away and then pound them out. Pretty easy, right? That's the fun part. Now we got to get them back in. Well, let's show you how we get them back in. Some lug nuts. First of all, I'm going to show you. Here is a new one we need to put on the Pontiac. I got a new one last period. Then got a new one and a new lug nut. So this stud's going to go into place. And if you look right here, to see these little serrations right here, these little lines, that's what's going to hold the stud in from spinning. So it goes in the flange. So what you're going to do is draw this in, pull it in into the flange. You understand? Like he did with those washers. And I'll show you, oh, well, how did he do that? Well, we're going to use the washers here in a second. First I want to show you, here's a regular stud and a lug nut, of course, right? We've already done those, But this is one out of the German cars. This is, I think, out of a Volkswagen. And they don't, a lot of their cars don't use the studs and the lug nut. Has anybody noticed this before, done one of these? They use the whole combination. So it's kind of goofy. What they do is put the lug nut with the stud, and when you take this out, just like a lug nut. This is your bolt. You'll have 4 or 5 of these, and the whole wheel comes off like that. They're kind of a pain sometimes. So I just thought I'd show you this. Anybody seen these before? I'm glad I showed it. If you own a German car, an older German car especially, they all have these. Okay? We don't have any in our shop. I don't think we have any German cars in here, do we?
You have the Volkswagen, don't you?
Yeah, we got the Volkswagens. I think they're this way though. As a matter of fact, I know they're this way. But the older ones, man, I know a lot of them. Volkswagens use these. That's right. We do have them out there. All right. So here's another one. See the pretty chrome nut there? They just attach it. It's just one piece. That's the way it is. All right, let's go on. So, how you get this on? Well, once you get it out with the brass drift or brass punch, you pound them out. It's not going to hurt. This shouldn't hurt the end here. Okay? Then you're ready to put them back in. So you get ready to put them, but you slide it back in. And what you do is when you slide it back in, get some washers like that guy did. What that's going to do is take up some space there. What's that? They don't. Doesn't matter if they match or not. Whoops. Get here. Stay over there. Rolling away. And then you're going to find your lug nut and get it on there, of course. And so this is going to kind of help it stay straight and pull it through in those little serrations in there into the flange. Okay? So this is where you get your big ratchet or your 4-way cross. Don't use a impact on that. And you just slowly tighten that up and it'll pull it right in there. It's only about 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. You see that right there? 1/4 inch, maybe 3/8 to 1/2 inch right there thick. And it pulls it in there. Then you just take this off and you're ready to go. You're ready to install the wheel and tire. So each one can do it in your group. If you got 4, you can all do one. Knock them out, put them back in. We're using the old ones. Okay. Let's see what else here. Of course, you get a big hammer, get a real hammer. Don't get the rubber hammer. Somebody's using a rubber hammer rather than try to get out of it. Come on, guys, you'll never get that out. This is solid steel. Wheel and tire got to hold on to all the torque and everything. All right. Let's look at the lab. I didn't pass it out yet, did I? So, here's the lab. I'll keep the light on so you get it. Now, it's going to be one lab per group, but I want everyone to go down this to make sure you get it done, filled out right, of course. 1, 2, 3 for here, 1, 2 here.